Being in Rampart and being a close-knit community and having everybody, watch out for your kids and for people that come to visit Rampart, it's just gratifying being here.
I love snow machining, I love the boat rides, I love the land, I love traveling, I love everything. It's home. This is home.
Well, in the summer, every family fishes here. Fishing is a big part of our life, and hunting.
We wanted our boys to be, brought up in the village, but it was just too hard. There was really no work here at the time, so we moved them back to Fairbanks and we just had them go to school in Fairbanks.
I always wanted to be here more than I wanted to be in Fairbanks growing up.
Every chance we got, we came in whenever we could. And you could come back year after year and it just dwindled and dwindled. And it was harder for people to come back and forth because of, money and whatnot. Our school was the heart of our community. And I knew, wow, what are we gonna do now?
When the school had closed, it was just elders here, and they had no one to take care of them. When I graduated, when I was 19, I wanted to take care of my grandpa and grandma because they still lived here. And so I moved here, and I was the elder provider through TCC. It gives a sense of ease of mind, I guess, knowing that our elders will be taken care of. My inspiration was always my grandpa, because everything that my mom and my dad taught me came from him. How you have to provide for yourself and for your family and always work and like that. They formed a new village council and they had asked me to be the tribal administrator. I let them know that they needed to have a council meeting because they hadn't had one since it was a couple months, and I did the agenda, and one of the agenda items was they needed to appoint a first chief because there was no first chief, and so they appointed me. It was challenging at first, having to tell my older uncles, aunties, and cousins, what they have to do.
And that was one of his first goals. He said, we need to get the school back open. We need to have this for our community in order for us to, sustain ourselves.
The Interior Regional Housing came and they presented to us, what programs they offer, what they can do, and one of them was applying for the Indian Community Development Block Grant. And so that was how it started, and the state had to turn the building back over to the school district, and the school district had to turn the building back over to us. And so we took those steps. We attended our first school board meeting with the building plans, what was going to happen to this building, where the classrooms can be, and they said, okay, for us to approve the reopening of the school, you need to have 10 registration forms in place before we decide to go through with it, and so we had until May. First, I had a meeting in Fairbanks at our corporation office, trying to get our tribal members to attend to let them know of housing opportunities, job opportunities, ways to attract them to move back. We offered a relocation agreement. We'd use our employment and training money if the family had one student enrolled in the school.
Floyd talked us into moving up here with our kids. Move home to Rampart, we have this project, you could be my admin assistant, and then we'll apply for this community planning and development, and You know, Mike will have a job, you guys have a place to live, just move home.
Well, at first it was, wait until you make the count, then we're going to start doing this and we're going to start doing that, they said. And then the count came, and then they kept saying, well, we're just getting started, you're a new school. And then it was the end of the semester. It was a struggle with the school district. They weren't providing the adequate services that our students needed here in Rampart.
And so they basically got cheated out of a year of education. So we did our own little lesson plans, like, okay, today science is gonna be you're gonna snare rabbits. So you're gonna go out with your dad and set rabbit snares, and then you're gonna skin those rabbits out and learn how to cook them. And that was our lesson plan, and they wrote about everything. These are 3 of my 4 daughters. There's my oldest, Faylene, she just turned 21. Her Indian name is Chinadana. There is my second to the youngest, Tiana. Her Indian name is Chidilno. And there's Nicoya, and she has an Indian name in general, just Nicoya.
Parents were, saying, this isn't working out. My kids are losing out on their education. And so we called into the school board meeting. There was all of us here, and I just put it all out on the table, everything they needed to do to fix it. There was no internet here. And then it was advertised, that we were looking for a teacher. We had just reopened, and then we got our teacher. He's good, he sat down with every student. They're working on their work plan, just getting everything back in order for them.
I like history. Math. Saturday.
Good job. You are so smart.
Our community is going to be okay. It's going to revive. And to see the kids walking in the hallway is just, it's amazing. It makes your heart just go, okay, we're going to be okay and everything is going to be good.
Every community needs to have a leader like Floyd. Young men taking ownership and being leaders and going out there and fighting for their community.
Now that it's reopened, I want the kids to feel that joy that I felt growing up, with the school open, and we now run our own housing program, so we have the ability to, build our own houses and provide housing for more people, more families to move back. Don't give up. I mean, you just have to keep fighting to keep your village alive.